We want to say a huge thank you to our patron Emerald McLeod for her support on Patreon. Welcome to Man Cove Wellbeing, and today we share a blog entitled Boys Don't Cry, They Weep, looking at the masculine and feminine energies, values and ways of being. Written by Man Cove Wellbeing contributor Sanya Minocha of Kensho Wellness.
Please watch and listen with care. The content of this video and audio may be triggering or may make you feel uncomfortable. Please press the stop button and return to the video when you feel ready. Always put yourself first and seek the guidance of a health professional. Thank you.
I spent last month immersing myself in a world of Tantra, attending the Tantra Festival in Melbourne. I got a glimpse of what this experience entails. I learned that Tantra is a complete moment awareness of all of the good and bad that resides within you, the polarities that exist within, otherwise known as masculine and feminine, or Shiva or Shakti. What really stood out for me during this festival, though, was a brief encounter with a stranger. I attended a workshop on conscious relationships, where we were asked to pair up with the person sitting next to us and talk about what we most desire in a partner, and then notice whether we've ever recognised those traits in ourselves. We were also asked to discuss the partnership between our internal masculine and feminine energies and notice how we feel about each. Visit the description below to see the qualities that each of these energies embodies. We all contain within us both masculine and feminine qualities, with most men being more in their masculine and most women being more in their feminine, usually due to our conditioning and growing up with gender stereotypes. We utilise both energies quite frequently in our daily lives. Back to the story. Naturally, I gravitated towards an empty spot next to a 40-year-old man in the workshop. I remembered his face because he was working at the door and let me into the festival. As we opened our hearts to each other, I softened to this stranger. What I heard from him left me speechless. He simply stated, "I have too many emotions, and growing up I really didn't know what to do with them. I'm sensitive and I had to hide that part of myself away because I'm a man. And I can't show this side to my family. I have to show up, work hard, provide and be the rock for many. I'm tired of hardening up though. I want to cry all too often. I feel trapped sometimes to the point where I've questioned my own sexuality. Is it normal for men to have so many emotions?" This man brought me to tears. He spoke for every single masculine figure that I've known in my life. He spoke for these men who had held it together for too long, who were told, "Boys don't cry." He was never given a safe space to show up and express his feminine, and as a result, he feels torn inside. What followed this wonderful encounter was a powerful few minutes of eye-gazing that created a safe container for his emotions. Watching him in his vulnerability shook me to the core. His bravery to show up, pour his heart out and identify this imbalance is what I believe to be one of the boldest acts. It's this awareness that will break the cycle for the other men in his life, should he choose to share this or bring kids into the world. Boys cry, girls cry, we all cry. I'm not entirely sure why or who invented the saying "boys don't cry" and why it has been thrown around for centuries. A baby boy cries as soon as he is born. So since when do boys not cry? Crying is a strength, vulnerability is strength. Softening to the feelings and emotions that course through your body, be it anger, sadness, disappointment, is strength. Strength doesn't lie in holding it all together and pretending to be fine. True strength lies in vulnerability. I believe that fine is simply another term for feelings inside, not expressed. But when we've had many years of social conditioning behind us, what can we do? How can we make men feel more comfortable and invite them to feel more vulnerable with us? How can we encourage them to open up to their own sensitivity and feel the effects of this softness? Well, the only place we can start is with us. By us, I mean women. Only when we as women open up to our own emotions and relax into our true feminine nature can we invite men into our life to do the same. When we are in touch with our deepest emotions and willing to feel what we have been suppressing for so long, do we give permission to the men in our lives to do the same? Through our actions, we say to them, Crying is okay here. Being sad and spending time with sadness is okay here. In this space, it's okay to be vulnerable. This happens on an energetic level, not on a physical one. Energetically, the men in our lives will start to see that all emotions are welcome here, and they'll slowly start to open up when they see us embody and live in this way. In my own relationship, I watched my partner open up like a flower over the past 4 years. When we first entered the relationship, emotions were an alien word to him. By learning how to take care of my emotional needs and opening up day to day, he started to get the message that it's okay to be vulnerable. Today, it's normal for him to see me cancel plans to honour my emotions, and it's standard for him to witness me having an evening off to cry and actually feel my emotions. Crying is an act of releasing resistance, releasing pain, and processing the stuck emotions that accumulate within us throughout our lives. If you're a woman who's listening to this, dare to be soft. That's your truest nature. Be soft to your emotions, your needs, and your wants. Be soft to yourself, even when you're not feeling 100%. You are Shakti, and Shakti gives you strength to Shiva, grounding him and welcoming him with softness. The greatest skill you can ever learn is to keep your heart open, regardless of what occurs inside. And if you're a man reading this, know that it's okay to cry, it's only human. Granted that you may have developed different ways to cope with your emotions, I invite you to look within, into that part of you that may have been shunned away and suppressed in fear of looking too weak. Start with awareness if it isn't easy for you to access your emotions right away. Even have an awareness about how you have been programmed to respond when you experience anger, sadness, or frustration is a promising first step. Then and only then would you be able to express the magic of experiencing your vulnerability. Paradoxically, the way to see value in feeling all your emotions is to actually create a space and summon the bravery to feel them. Start by noticing which behaviours you've adopted to cope with your emotions. Socially withdrawing, distracting ourselves with TV, alcohol and other drugs, and working long hours are just some methods we've adopted to distract ourselves from the discomfort within. Men often feel that they need to be self-reliant and provide for their loved ones, so it is not appropriate to express their emotions. This behaviour can be reinforced through the stereotype of the heroic male, so often represented in popular culture. Fearless, resourceful, stoic, and usually facing adversity alone, these characters tell us a lot about what is considered to be ideal male behaviour within society. More powerful than film characters are the roles we see our parents playing. Many men have experienced fathers who were emotionally distant, who rarely, if ever, cried or expressed affection outwardly. The way we see our parents behave may become the unconscious template for our behaviour. Thank you for watching, and if you're seeking support with your emotional and mental health, please contact one of the helplines listed in the description of this video on YouTube. We hope this was useful, and if you'd like to see more videos like this one and even provide your own content, please subscribe and contact us at the links below. Why not join the MCW community and support our mission by becoming a patron today? With a host of benefits, exclusive access to patron-only content, and helping us make the change. We want to thank all the patrons listed above for their support. We also want to thank the wellness experts, practitioners and advocates who share their content with us. That's all for us today, and we'll see you soon.